Hi, I'm Sarah. When I first tried this recipe for chicken enchiladas, they made me think of all the Mexican food I ate when I was growing up. I've always loved tortillas, no matter what they were filled with. Now for the enchiladas, you need to begin by making a sauce. So I have about a tablespoon of canola oil right here in this saucepan. I'm adding 1 small onion, finely chopped, a clove of finely chopped garlic, and a jalapeno pepper. I use a whole jalapeno here, and I use the seeds, but if you would like to and you want a milder flavor, just remove these seeds before you chop them up. Like I said, I like it spicy, so I've left all of mine in. The thing about jalapenos is they really vary in spiciness, so you're probably going to want to taste them. And if you're really sensitive, wear gloves because you might not want to get that on your skin. 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder adds a little bit of flavor to this sauce. Cook these until the onions are translucent over medium heat. That'll take about, 8 minutes. To that, 1 can, 28-ounce can of whole tomatoes in puree, and about 1/2 cup of water. I like to do it right into the can and swirl it around to get up all the remaining stuff from the can of tomatoes. Just add that in. Season it with salt and pepper, generously. Bring to a boil, reduce the heat, and simmer, crushing the tomatoes with the back of the spoon until the tomatoes are tender and broken down and the sauce is slightly thickened. That'll take about 15 or 20 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to heat up some of these corn tortillas. I like to make them pliable and slightly toasted on top of a flame. If you have an electric stove, use a skillet and just toast them right in there. I remember when I was growing up, I used to love to come home from school and we always had tortillas in our refrigerator, and I would take a couple out, heat them right like this on the stove, and brush a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt, and that would be my after-school snack. And I still do that today when I get home from work. That's it. That was about 15 or 20 seconds per side. I keep them in this kitchen towel just to keep them pliable and a little bit warm. This sauce has cooked for the 20 minutes, and as you can see, it's really nice and thick. And the last thing to add to this is a little bit of lime juice. That's going to add just a nice zing to it, brighten up the flavor a little bit. Just taste it, make sure it has enough seasoning. It's good on salt. I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper. Now to form the enchiladas. I've already made a few. You're going to need, for this recipe, 8 tortillas, 12 ounces of cooked shredded chicken. This can be leftover chicken, roasted, boiled. Just make sure the skin is removed. Even grilled chicken would be perfect. So that's about 1.5 ounces of chicken inside each tortilla, some Monterey Jack cheese. It's 12 ounces altogether. And a little bit of pickled jalapeno. Those add a really great flavor, but if your kids or anybody in your family doesn't like too spicy, just leave that out. Roll it up in closing. If a little bit falls out, don't worry about it. And the sauce just gets poured right over. If you wanted to make these ahead, roll them all up, put them into the pan like this, and cover them with plastic wrap, refrigerate them, and keep the sauce separate. And then when you're ready to bake them off, just put the sauce on and do the last thing, which is to sprinkle it with cheese. I'm just going to spread the sauce out a little bit because it's not so even. That's fine. And the last cheese will be about 1 cup, 4 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese. The oven is preheated to 450 degrees. Everything is cooked in here, so these shouldn't take too long. They'll take about 5 to 7 minutes. The cheese should just be bubbling and melted on top. And I have some here that have baked. The cheese is all nice and melted on top. If you wanted a crisper top, you could put it in the broiler for about 1 to 2 minutes. I'm going to serve these garnished with a little bit of sour cream and cilantro. Wow. Cheesy. Top it with a dollop of sour cream. Garnish with a little fresh cilantro. Whether you're cooking for your family or taking these chicken enchiladas to a party, they're a great make-ahead meal. guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe, and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.